Oh my
Oh
God,
my
Katie,
God.
it would have been hilarious if it was just like drink more Ovaltine or something.
This is
Hola,
the bookends, BLTs.
BLT,
So
BTS.
yeah. All
I
right,
have,
Katie, you want to go next?
sure.
You said you mailed us something?
Yeah, it was supposed to
Was
make
it in a
it.
different timeline? Did you get the timeline right?
You trying to tell us something, Katie?
So my BTL is how to subtly tell your book club enough with the books about time. This book talks a lot about steganography, which apparently is the passing of messages in a way that it is not clear that it's a message so that people don't try to inspect it. So very spy level shit. So I thought that would be a good idea to be subtle in saying that I don't want to read any more books about time. For Michael, for his letter, I made him a hat. And for Christine and Clayton, I made them mittens. But thanks to the postal service,
I'm so excited to get these mittens.
they haven't arrived yet. They were guaranteed to arrive in 1 to 3 days of shipping, and we paid for that shit, and it's been over a week, but whatever. I'm not bitter about
Which
it.
agent went into this time loop and
They
messed
have
that up?
intercepted your letter. But yeah, so I couldn't like give Michael a hat that just had a letter written on it, right? So I had to like encode the message somehow. So I learned Morse code in order to put that into the hat. And so basically, Morse code, you have dots and dashes. A dot is like 1 unit, and a dash is 3 units. And in between each dot and dash, there's 1 unit of dead space. In between each letter is 3 units of dead space. And then in between each word is 7 units of dead space. And then this is the key for what each letter and number represent. So first I had to write my message, and then I had to transcribe it or translate it into Morse code, which I did here. And then I took actual yarn and I tied knots into it in terms of Morse code. So like each dot was like a little knot and each dash was like a bigger knot. As you can see here, I tried to put like a little bit of space between each letter and then like a whole shit ton of space between each word. So it was very clear how to read the message. And then after I did that, I crocheted it into a hat, or in your guys' case, mittens, which we don't have because of the postal service. And if you look at it from a distance, you're like, well, that's just a mitten, cool. But as you come in closer, you start to see there's some like weird knots and shit in here. And you're like, I wonder, does that mean something? Stenography. But of course, you can't see this one in particular because the Postal Service didn't deliver them. So this was the point of the show where I was going to ask you guys to read your letters, but you can't because of the post office. I made a little review of Michael because I was here when Michael opened his letter. So when I gave him the hat, he remembered on page 70 that there was talk about crocheting sales. And so he took that to mean he had to learn how to crochet. And so he looked up this like crochet hat pattern to see what kind of loops I used so he could see if the loops in the hat were different than the loops in a pattern, which is hilarious that he thought I would make you learn how to crochet. After that, he felt the bumps and decided, oh no, I need to just take the hat apart. So this is him trying to take apart the hat while wearing it. And then once he felt the bumps,
appears to be Morse code.
so he figured it out. This was his message. Do you want to read to us, Michael, what your message?
What was it? It was, please God, please stop with the time books. Love you.
It says, please, dear God, please stop with the time books. And then at the very end, I wrote, I love you. This is Michael once he figured it out.
Did you actually translate it, Michael?
Yes, gosh, it was just an absurd amount of yarn. It just went on and on and on.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
Katie,
God.
it would have been hilarious if it was just like drink more Ovaltine or something. But so we're supposed to get your gift and then take your gift apart, basically.
Yeah, and that's what was going to be so funny is like, would you realize that you had to take it apart? Because that would have been really hard to do without any guarantees that that was what you were supposed to do.
How
I'm
did it take
impressed.
you to make this?
Oh, it didn't
This
take
is
me very long.
ridiculous.
I can whip out hats pretty quick. So I made the hat and the mittens in like an afternoon. Yeah, so this is one of your guys' messages, which I'm not going to translate. I'll put like a little like translation in the editing, but just I don't want to take the fun away. That's actually the second part of the same message. I will be requesting a refund for late delivery. Late delivery. And then this is the second message, which is much shorter. Just, don't give up. know that there are two messages.
This is awesome.
That's what I had. Anyways, in the book, when they talk about crocheting the sails, they also talk about having to like take them apart and cutting them up to read it like word by word. And so I was like hoping that that would be enough of a clue that you would feel okay with just cutting up mittens that I made.
I'm just gonna say I'm
You
not
know.
decoding that. That is all you, Christine.
But yeah, when Michael had his hat, he was like super afraid to take it apart. And I like didn't tell him that's what you were supposed to do. I was just like, I can't believe you're taking this apart after I just made it for you.
Although I could tell, like your intonation, you were just kind of laughing at me.
Okay. Anything else?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Come
Bye.
back.
Follow us.
Yeah, come watch our BTLs and plot discussions and book summaries.
All the things.